Hello everyone, this is day 5 of DSA problem solving challenge, and today I have done a problem which is 125 valid palindrome from lead code. So first we will read the problem. Whereas is a palindrome if after converting all uppercase letter into lowercase letters and removing all non-alphanumeric characters, it reads the same forward and backward. Alphanumeric characters include letters and numbers. Means here we have to convert uppercase letter into lowercase letter, and then we have to read it from the front and read it from the backward. If this will be the same from the front and same from the backward, then it will be a valid palindrome. So we don't have to include non-alphanumeric inside this. So given a string s, return true if it is a palindrome or false otherwise. It will return true if the string is palindrome and return false if a string is not a palindrome. And moving to the logic part, let's move. Talking about the logic for problem number 125 valid palindrome, here we have the logic. First we will know what is palindrome. It means a string is palindrome if we read it from the front side and back side. It seems similar from the both the sides. Means if we read the string from the front side, after that we will read it from the back side. If it seems similar, then only it is true, means it is a palindrome. And if the string are not similar, then we will return false. So here is some example. If we read this string from the front side, it is spoken as race car. If we read it from the back side, it is spoken as race car. So it is valid palindrome. If we read this from the front side, it is spoken as madam. If we read it from the back side, it is written as or spoken as madam. If we read this from the front side, it will be spoken as AB55BA. If we read it from the back side, it is spoken as AB55BA. So it is also a valid palindrome. So the main point about the valid palindrome is that it will only check for the alphanumeric strings. Means if there is any non-alphanumeric string, that string or that character will be ignored, and we will increment the or decrement the value of that string. So here are alphanumeric characters A to Z, A to Z in small letter, A to Z in capital letters, 0 to 9 in numeric. What about this and percent and dollar? It is not a alphanumeric character. So this type of characters are ignored by the by the string. So here we have one example. A is equals to AC3 question mark E3C ampersand A. Here uppercase letters and lowercase letters termed or seem as same. Means this A and this A is termed as same. Means we have to convert this in small letters. After that we will check from the front side and then back side. So here is the what? Here is the dry run of the code. Here is the dry run. Means here is the example which we follow forward. Means we are taking here two pointer start and end. So here we have taken one example which is AC3 question mark E3C and A. Here uppercase letter and the lowercase letter termed as same or seem as same. So if here we have A in capital, then it is termed as A in small. Then we have to convert this from capital to small. So here is the dry run of the example. AC3 question mark E3C and A. These two characters are ignored. After that, this will be converted from capital to the small. So here is the another string out of this string AC3 E3CA. So here we start from the starting pointer and here we are starting from the ending pointer. Means first we will check these two. If these two are similar, then we will move forward from the starting from the front side and decrement the value from the back side. So we have already incremented the value of start and decremented the value of end. So then after that we will check this pointer and this pointer value. If these pointer values are same, then we will move ahead. If we move ahead, incrementing the value of start and decrementing value of end, we will check this value and this value. If these two values are same, then we will move forward, incrementing the value of start and decrementing the value of end. So here starting pointer and ending pointer are at the same place, means it is same as these pointers value are equal. So here we return true. So the technique we have already used is two pointer approach. If we want to convert the capital letter into small, we mainly use C++ function. Means here we have one library which is termed as toLower function. Means here we write toLower, inside this function we write character. So it will convert the capital into small. It will not uh, it will convert the small letter into small and capital letter into small. So to check alphanumeric, we will create one function is alphanumeric A to Z, capital A to Z and 0 to 9. We will have to give one condition which can follow this, then only we move ahead. So here we have one example A35A. Here we are at the starting point and here we are at the ending point. If we check these two value, if these are two values are, here we have one example A35A. For here we will check, here we will, here we are having one example A35A. Now we will check is this palindrome or not. So here is a starting pointer and here is ending pointer. If the value of starting and ending is same, then we will move forward and backward according to that. So we will increment the value of start and decrementing the value of end. Here we have came at the place of 3 and 5. Now we will check the values. If 3 is equals to 5, no, this is not equal. So we will return false value. So the pseudocode of this, so the pseudocode of that problem is we will create two pointers. After that we will give one condition in while loop. If this condition follows, then only we will enter this loop. First we will check the following string is in the form of alphanumeric or not, then only we will continue the value. We will check the value of start and here we will check the value of end. After that we will check one condition which is basically if condition. If a string from the starting point is not equals to string at the ending point, then we will return false. Means starting and ending point values are not same, then we will return false and increment the value of start. After that, if this condition doesn't follows, then we will return true. If we wants to convert the capital letter into small, we will use this condition, if condition, over the place of this. This is the pseudocode. Now we will move to the coding part. So we have already done with the logic part. Now we will move to the coding part. So we have already written the code. First we will use bool variable, which is return true or false. Here we have written one condition to check is this a numeric or not. And here we have written to check is this a alphabetical form or not. Now we will move ahead. We have once again used boolean variable. So here we have two pointers, starting and ending pointer. So we have used here while loop First we have checked this condition. Start should be less than equals to end. Then only we will move inside this while loop. Here there are three conditions. First, it will check the starting point is alphanumeric or not. Then is this in alphanumeric form? Then we will increment the value of start. And here we will check is the ending point is alphanumeric or not. Then if the ending point is alphanumeric, then we will decrement the value of end and continue to the code. If here we will check is starting and ending point value is same or not. If this value is not same, then we will return false and increment the value of start and end. Then if this condition doesn't follow, means this condition doesn't follow, we will return true. In this way we have already done the coding part. I have already submitted it before. So this is day 5. Bye bye.